host, Malik Foster, and I'm joined
And
by my lovely co hosts. I know we're double streaming on Instagram and on YouTube right now. Um, there's one other thing. Hey, Sam. I'm going to invite
hey,
Sam real quick
I am your other
on Instagram.
co-host. My name is Samantha Adams. Sorry, y'all. I am just trying to get logged into IG as well. And I'm also streaming on the Tagged app. So anybody who wants to jump in, feel free to do so on Instagram and on Tagged. I'll just go ahead and request the box.
All right, Sam, can you see yourself?
I can. I can't see you, but we'll just
You
go ahead
can't
and
see me on
rock it.
Instagram?
Your screen is black and there's the echo. So move this my
Oh,
phone for
okay. I don't know
Instagram.
why there's an echo. I tried to turn it down. Is
It's
there
okay.
echo still?
It's a little one. Hey Astrid.
Hey, Astrid. How you doing?
Judy.
All right. Well, let's get into today's show. We have a great show for you guys today. Um, this week we're going to discuss whether men who are claiming to be visible in marriage are cheating, and the uh, Puff Daddy's allegations surrounding Ciroc and all of his allegations as far as the assault, sexual assault, and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
Sam, we can get into the first portion of our show today, which is about the allegations. Not allegations, excuse me. The miserable men, right, in marriages. Um, whether men who are claiming to be miserable in marriages are cheating. So,
So let's
what
kick
side
it
are
off.
you on?
Let's what side am I on? What side am I arguing? So what side I'm on is irrelevant. What side I'm arguing is hell yeah they cheating. Hell yeah, they cheating. Because how do you get into a situation? You enter a marriage, right? If you wanted to be married, and if you didn't want to be married, then why get married? Nobody makes you do anything that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So why get married? You got to be cheating. Why are you miserable? You gotta want to be out there doing your thing. You know what y'all think?
They don't have anything to say. The audience, I'll say something. What did they say something?
Nah, not yet. They just
Oh,
said,
okay, okay. I'll go. I'll say this. As a guy, if you're in a miserable marriage or a miserable situation and they're cheating, it depends on the situation. Like if your spouse is not providing you with, sex or any sexual pleasure, then that's definitely grounds for divorce. It's always been grounds for divorce for a long time, and it's definitely not right. So, do I think you should cheat? No, but it's understandable. Like every time people do stuff, you have to use context sometimes. So if their person is in an unhappy sexless marriage, it's not to say that it's right, but you can kind of understand where they're coming from if they do decide to step outside the marriage.
yeah. So for those of you guys that are on the Tagged app, I want to welcome, and a matter of fact, everybody, we want to welcome you all to the Counterpoints podcast. I'm just go ahead and throw this little plug in right quick. If anybody wants to contribute to the conversation here on Tag, please feel free to request the box. If you're on Instagram, please feel free to hop in them comments or go ahead and request to join, and we'll be more than happy to engage. Um, but in all honesty, I like my true feelings are no, right? Every situation is circumstantial. People get miserable in their marriages all the time for a plethora of reasons, right? Um, it could be because there's so many reasons, right? So I don't necessarily think that just because somebody is miserable in their marriage that means that they're necessarily cheating. But I do think that some men, I don't think it's a vast majority or anything like that, but I do think that there are some men that believe that cheating is the answer when they are miserable in their marriage. And so, do I think that it is a possibility for certain people sometimes to feel that way or even to behave that way? Absolutely. I don't think it's the majority of married men though. That's my truthful, honest opinion about that. But doing it for the gram, hell yeah, they cheating.
Right, but so stepping outside, yeah, you can admit that they're cheating, but I think the issue here is, are they justified, or is it reasonable for them to cheat? Because
Oh,
having sexual relationships outside of your marriage, that's cheating. I guess some would say without permission is cheating. But to play devil's advocate, isn't she kind of giving you implied consent through? Isn't your spouse giving that man implied consent through her actions by the sexless marriage, by the sexual neglect, by the neglecting of that person's needs? What do you think about that? Not to say that they are really giving them consent, but I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
yeah, no. No, no. Ain't nobody consenting to. If you consent to cheating, it's not cheating.
Mm.
If you, I don't care if it's out there in the open, if it's underhand. If you are consenting to cheating, it's not cheating. You're just allowing them to have another person, another relationship. What's up, Chill? Whether it be another relationship, situationship, whatever it is, you're allowing it, so it's not cheating. Especially when you know about it. But I
Hmm.
think I don't condone it. I personally don't condone it. I think that if you are unhappy, you need to try to either wait out that unhappy phase until you re-love that person again, because people fall in and out of loving relationships every day, all the time. Or if you're not gonna try to work on it, leave. But cheating is not. It doesn't make sense causing somebody that much anguish for the sake of your own gratification. Just move around.
Well, another angle to defend the so-called cheating spouse here, just to be a devil's advocate once again, is okay. The guy's married, and let's say he has a lot of financial standing, a lot of assets. Just going the divorce route might hurt him financially, but he still wants his needs taken care of. So in that context, I could see it being more reasonable to cheat instead of just like go, okay, I'm unhappy, let's get divorced, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. Because the spouse, he might not want to pay the alimony. He might not want to. She might put him on child support or something. You never know what'll come up. You hear a lot of these rich people, famous people, they're still getting child support. So imagine a
Well, when
non-famous
people get a
person who has
divorce,
some assets.
but when people get a divorce and they have minor children, there's going to be child support, a parenting plan. All of that stuff is just going to be required by the courts, period. You know what I'm saying? That regardless if you want it or not, that's just the courts are going to mandate that. But as far as alimony and all that stuff is concerned, once you marry somebody else, you don't have to pay any of that stuff anymore.
That's
So
true.
that's why people be staying single. But I do think that yes, it is cheaper to keep her, but that's why, like, all right, a lot of times we talk about prenups, people are like, hell nah, blah 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 blah. Hey Casey. People be talking about hell nah for a prenup. But the thing about prenups is prenups protect you in the unhopeful event that you get a divorce, right? They protect you and they protect your spouse. Because when people are scorned and they're upset and they're mad and all that other kind of stuff, that's when people start wailing. They start doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when people's feelings are hurt. When I was in undergrad, I did an internship with my mentor, and he was handling this one divorce in particular. And I mean, the kid's ice cream was getting smacked out of his hand because his daddy was mad. And you know what I'm saying? I had another attorney I used to work for before I became an attorney when I was a paralegal. He was just like, I never want to do family law because I don't want to be arguing over spoons. And I'm like, you know what? That's real. Thank you, Jill. So, you know, yeah, it gets petty. It can get real petty when it's not an amicable divorce. You know what I mean? But at the same time, cheat, she's gonna leave you, kid. Like you cheat and she finds out because eventually it's gonna come out, right? People be thinking that
and
stuff will
and,
never come out.
and Sam, I want to say this about the cheating aspect. For the cheating aspect is bad because if it does end up in divorce, that gives her a lot of grounds for getting more of your stuff. Like maybe if things parted ways amicably, or if she
Mhm.
did wrong, she would get less, right? But now that you cheated, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle that's really already uphill. Basically, you're fighting going up a mountain, a very tall, big mountain.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's something to consider.
especially if she's one of those women that like just went ahead, had kids, didn't go to school, wasn't working, she was a stay-at-home
Hmm.
mom, things like that during the course of y'all's marriage and you cheated. Well, just forget about it. She got you. You know what I'm saying? She got you.
Hmm.
Got you until she moves on. And when people get hurt like that, it takes so much more for people to move on. It takes longer for people to move on when
What's
they're
up,
hurt
Nick?
like that. 'Cause I have more to hear from. What is the beeping?
Yeah, Sam. So, does anybody on your audience side they have any input on this?
No, nobody's commenting. What's up, Mr. Westbrooks?
Okay, because I was gonna say, unless you had anything else to say, we can move on to the next topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys recently heard about P Diddy. He decided to settle with Ciroc about ownership. I'm good, Nick. I'm good. About ownership and the mismanagement and racism lawsuit that he presented to them for. I know it was big in the news at the time about you know P Diddy saying, "Hey, they're not just offering him a fair deal. They're being racist. They're doing all this stuff, right?" To him, and I think he would have had some standing, but a lot of these lawsuits came out with Casey, and he settled that situation. There's more sexual assault situations coming out, other celebrities saying, how P Diddy behaved. So I I, I think he might have had to just settle that situation because if it would have dragged out and people would keep hearing more and more stuff coming out, that wouldn't have voted in his favor. That's from my opinion. But Sam, do you want to kind of jump into
Yeah,
it?
so we did a whole podcast about the whole situation with Diddy and Cassie. So there's no need for us to like rehash all that. But what I will say is once she dropped that gauntlet and said about and spoke on all of the things that she alleged, um, all of a sudden people started coming out the woodwork. Then all of a sudden, then he literally turned into like the East Coast Suge Knight. No lie. Talking about hanging people off the balcony like Suge did to Vanilla Ice. I think they said he did that to Wale. Think all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And all of these allegations are wild. Like they are wild allegations, but it's not to say who's to say whether or not they're true. I wouldn't know. But it's quite possible that they are. But it's also quite possible that some of them are made up, right? But at the end of the day, regardless if they're true or false, the way that the court of public opinion works is you are guilty until proven innocent most of the time. And then, like Malik said, it just had this huge negative impact on all of these different things for him. Like Puffy got like what, 6 kids? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
that's quite a
he got
bit.
like 6 kids, and he his baby mama passed away. That's another allegation. Some people are saying he had something to do with that. I don't know how. She was sick. Um, you guys pardon my Chino. He's barking. He wants my attention. And then, I just have heard so many crazy rumors about what he had going down. And the thing about it that's messed up is how much he stands to lose. Because Diddy was one of the most successful people in hip hop, period. One of the most successful
Right.
people in hip hop. Period. Like I don't know if he's a billionaire, but I know he's damn near close. It's over
Yeah,
for that. He
because
had the whole TV and he had that whole network. You know what I noticed, Malik? Before you say what you're about to
well,
say, every time a black man has a network, a TV network, they try to find some kind of way to discredit him. You see what I'm saying? Every single time, and I just don't know what that's about. What that's
what
about.
what what that's about is, Sam, is about power, wealth, and influence. So as you're trying to gather some more power, wealth, and influence, there's going to be obstacles in your way, and this kind of reminds me of the Tyler Perry situation where he blatantly got a bad deal for buying BT and some other networks that are associated with BT, right? And now they're selling it for like way less than what they wanted Tyler Perry to buy it for, which is very funny when they're offering it to different groups of people. But when it comes to us, we get a price markup. That's way too common. Us getting a raw deal. It's a global thing at this point because we can kind of go into other different countries when they're getting deals and negotiations, and we can look
Mhm.
throughout history, right? Even can take the Haitians, right? They got a raw deal with France. Like, oh yeah, you want us to stop attacking? Well, you got to pay us back for even though you won the war. Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's
So
crazy.
like stuff like that. They paid though, but that's besides the point. It's just an example of us always getting a bad deal.
Fortune,
And
honestly.
and with P Diddy, he probably would have had like some standing, but like his side, counselors, his advisors, his legal team, his people said, "Hey, look, there's a lot of heat on you right now. Casey just came out. You settled that. The people looked at that some type of way. There's more allegations and lawsuits coming up. They're looking at that kind of way. You got a lot of stuff going on. So maybe you should just settle because if this goes to court, it may turn out very unfavorably for you. So that's why I'm
I
just
hope it made
surprised that he
financial
gave up his
sense though
ownership.
too. Hope it made financial sense too though, because the end of the day, doing that, it's not like De Leon and Ciroc or some like fly by night liquor company. Like they getting
Yeah,
money.
they're big
Ciroc,
brands.
but
Yeah,
Diddy is the reason.
yeah, they're big brands for sure.
They're big, but Diddy is the reason that they're big brands, right? Because he put his name on it. He put his whole image on it. And in him
but
putting
but
his
Diddy
stamp
also
on it,
has to go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
in him putting his stamp on it and his name on it, that's what helped to float and grow the brand.
Right,
You
right.
know,
And a lot of issue was about the marketing and about the ownership and the deals and the money, like we were just talking about earlier. And and Diddy Diddy has to own some of this. I hear a lot of echo and feedback in my background. Yeah, yeah. No, my YouTube's not muted though. The situation is Sam is kind of streaming. It's a long story, but she's streaming a lot and it's creating a little feedback.
I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, yeah. My bad. My bad.
Is that
Nick.
better?
Is it really bad?
Nick,
Is
is
it better
the
now?
feedback on?
Yeah. Let me know if it's better. Yeah. I don't know. Give me a thumbs up or something. But yeah. While I wait for some feedback on that, I do hear a little bit of an echo.
I hear the echo. I don't hear the feedback.
Oh, okay, okay.
Did he
Yeah.
respond? Because I can't see it.
Nah, nah. He didn't respond yet. I don't know. He might
Okay.
have left. Let me see. No, he's here. He's here.
Hey, it's
Hey,
Mar.
it's Mar. What's up?
And Mar, do you hear feedback and echo?
Yeah. Do you hear like a lot of feedback? Oh, you still
You
hear the
still hear
echo?
the
Yeah,
echo?
yeah. The echo is probably gonna be there because we're double streaming, but as long as it's not feedback, it's cool. Yeah, you're
I
gonna
think I
hear.
know somebody I can ask about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
What's up,
figure it
Bobby
out
Builder?
because we're kind of streaming from multiple places. Okay,
Yeah.
a little. As long as it's just a little bit for now, because I can't really fix it right now.
Hmm. We'll figure it out. Just so
Unless,
you know, guys, first of all, we want to welcome you all to the Counterpoints podcast. Today for our What's Up Wednesday topic, we
oh
discussed
yeah, thanks guys.
um, whether or not men that say that they're miserable in marriage are in fact cheating. And right now, we're talking about the Puffy allegations, from Cassie to all the other allegations, and what are some of the potential results that's going to come with all of it. Um, Please excuse us right now. We are going through a transition where we are live streaming on YouTube as well as Instagram. And then I'm also live streaming on the Tagged app. So Malik is double streaming, I'm triple streaming. We got a lot of things going on, but we want to make sure we get the content to you. So there's that. So please pardon us while we try to figure out a lot and work out the kinks and stuff. So
Yeah, appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Appreciate that,
So
Sam.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
what I was saying, what you had something else you wanted to add?
go ahead, finish.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, like I was saying with P Diddy, I think he just needed to choose a little wiser, right? Um, yeah, yeah. He said make sure my volume is off. Yeah, I need to let me try this. Let me
What about now?
better.
I hear the echo.
Okay,
All right, is it better now? I still hear the echo. Wait, say something?
something.
Yeah, I still hear echo.
Oh, you still hear the echo?
Uh-huh.
Sam.
Excuse me for yawning, y'all. I've had a very long day.
Yeah. I'm trying to work with this a little bit. Hold up. All right. Is it a little better? I'm trying to.
Yeah, but I still hear the echo. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out later, guys. Um,
But anyway, back to the
but
subject with
yeah,
regards to the
but
allegations
back
and
to
stuff.
what I was saying.
Mhm.
Thanks guys for your feedback. But I was saying that yeah, with P Diddy, I think he should have chose wiser because the things that he was alleged of doing and the situations he's involved in and the lifestyle he likes to live ends up biting him in the back, right? Uh, in the back end and costing him a lot of financial opportunities and finances. Yeah, he reached billionaire status, but that can go away. There's people who've been
Ask
billionaires
Kanye.
and it goes away. So
Yep,
yeah,
ask
but
Kanye.
Kanye with Kanye's situation, he did take that hit. It wasn't worth it, but he also he said nah, no good. Yeah, but I'll let Sam take over while I try to adjust here.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. The difference with Kanye is Kanye didn't necessarily do the deal, but they wasn't really trying to present it to him. They weren't trying to renew the contract because of his statements. And with Kanye, it's more about statements that he made, not about behaviors. What's up, homegrown behaviors that he alleged to have engaged in over the course of many, many years. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then on top of that, it's statements that he made that could have potential to affect a number of people. Whereas with Diddy, it's a number of people filing complaints alleging that he did a bunch of stuff. So, I think it's a little different because of number one, you have multiple people, making these allegations. Whereas with Kanye, it was just Kanye being Kanye, doing too much. Um, so that's why Kanye, making statements about Jewish people and all that, he just did way too much. Like it was unnecessary. It was anti-Semitic. Let's start there. It was anti-Semitic, unnecessary, uncalled for, and out of pocket, right? So you do that when you have all these business dealings with all these people, and that's how you lose everything. Whereas Diddy, it's like, you know what? As everybody continues to sift through these allegations, despite the fact that we're supposed to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, we're not in public opinion court in the court of public opinion, like I said earlier, right? But the issue is more so like like Diddy literally is having to pull himself out of things before he's no longer allowed to be in the spaces that he was in. Like he's having to punish himself. It's almost like self-punishment. Like he had to pull out of that lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And in him pulling out a lawsuit, he didn't just lose like what he intended to gain from the lawsuit itself. He lost his stake in not one but two different brands. Like it was Ciroc vodka and De Leon tequila, and they're very popular. So he stands to lose a lot more money as time progresses, right? Because if other people move forward with these allegations and lawsuits and stuff like that, if he settles, he's gonna lose a lot. If he goes to court and loses, he stands to lose a lot more. This is all probably very financially devastating to him. And it's just gonna be interesting to see how things pan out.
Uh, Sam, I don't know if you can see, but we have a question. Do you think it's over for Diddy?
I think it depends on what happens with the other allegations. I don't think he's at R. Kelly status yet, but I think he's on his way. I do think he's on his way. What do you think, Malik?
Um, it depends on how these other allegations go. I think Diddy and his team is trying a strategy of trying to wait and see how things play out, right? If he settles here, give some concessions there, let things fade away pretty much, like let the heat die down essentially, like lay low
Mm-hmm.
per se. I think he'll be fine and he'll come back. Like, yeah, he might not be a billionaire for a while, but he'll still be worth a lot. I would say well over 500 million plus. So that's the good news. But the bad news is he might have to lay low for like a little bit. Maybe we'll see Diddy make a return in like the end of 2025 or something, where he's
Yeah.
like, more in the news or back into it.
Yeah, I think it just for me, I just think it depends on what happens with the allegations. Like, if somebody gonna come on and be like, "Nah, that ain't true. They made that up. Well, that ain't how it happened." If somebody comes out and starts saying that kind of stuff, then maybe I think that in some people, hey, Sai, I think in some people's eyes, it's a wrap for Diddy. It's a wrap. But I think he still is. I think at this point, he's still redeemable because I think the allegations are so outrageous that I think that some people don't believe him. But then there's so many different allegations, right? Like somebody came in my stream the other day and was like, he killed Heavy D. No, he didn't. Heavy D was sick. Like what y'all saying? Diddy's going around poisoning people? I don't get it. I don't understand. It's a lot though. He got a lot going on.
Right, he does. He does have a lot going on. I do think, he does have a chance, but we'll see. Time will definitely tell.
Yeah. All right, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and bring this thing to a close. First of all, I want to bring talk about the book of the month. Normally, when we do our book of the month, it's always something that's supposed to be super edifying, something that broaden your horizons and uplift you, and encourage you and teach you, and anything that's gonna make Black people better, right? Not this month. This month, it's just a book for sheer entertainment. Okay, because we do deserve to be entertained from time to time. And so the book of the month this month is called The Coldest Winter Ever by Terry McMillan. You guys should definitely make sure you go ahead and check it out. She's a great writer. She's written some amazing books. So The Coldest Winter Ever by Terry McMillan. The Black Business of the Month is a company called, some small company is called Be Rooted. And Be Rooted creates journals, right? It's a Black owned company. And, I'm a fan of journaling. I believe in it. I do it myself. You know what I'm saying? So I do absolutely think people need to check it out. There are these beautiful journals that people can go ahead and purchase. And also, too, who it's a good gift. A journal is a good gift, especially for like the teenage girl, because she be needing to put all them pieces of, hormonal changes on paper, right? So it's definitely a good it's a good gift, and it's also you can also put it to use. And then on top of that, you don't really always got to use it for a journal, right? You can also use it to write your rhymes in your notebook if you're a rhyme writer, right? Or just to, drop free thoughts and just put it on paper or whatever. Writing is one of the most therapeutic things I think that a person can do. It's actually very good for your mental health. So check out Be Rooted. They out there, man. And then the motivational quote is we must accept finite disappointment, but we must never lose infinite hope. And Martin Luther King said that. And I thought it was a powerful message because, 2023 was a hard year for most people. It was hard for a lot of people. Now here we are in 2024. And for a lot of people, it seems like just an extension of 2023. Um, but also, too, like I think when you look at the circumstances that we talked about today, from the What's Up Wednesday topic of men being miserable and cheating to Diddy going through the changes that he's going through, there's a lot of disappointment involved in all of that, right? And there's also a lot of disappointment that just happens in life. You can't appreciate the beauty and the blessings in life unless you have to go through the disappointments and the negative things in life. That makes you appreciate the positive things. And so, with that, just remember that disappointment is not something that's always going to happen. It's not going to stick around. And a lot of times we make these molehills into mountains. We make disappointment into the biggest things in the world. But remember that there's nothing bigger than a blessing. So, don't forget and don't lose hope, right? You can't lose hope because God is attached to hope. And so, if you lose hope, you lose your faith in God. And so, just remember, stay faithful and stay hopeful. I know it's easy to get disenchanted when you're continuously disappointed, but things will always get better. I hear that feedback. Things will always get better. So again, the quote says we must accept finite disappointment, which means very small disappointment. But we must never ever lose infinite, which is huge, hope. So I hope that touched y'all like it touched me. We want to thank y'all again for tapping in with us for the Counterpoise podcast. Um, E is not here, so shout out to E. We'll see him later. Um, and what else? Oh, if you ever want to join us for the podcast, please go ahead and reach out to us on our Instagram. Go ahead and DM us. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, go ahead and DM us those topics. Um, Make sure you like, share, subscribe to our YouTube page, right? We really appreciate that. And also to our Instagram page. Come through, follow us and all of that. Trying to think, is there anything else that I'm missing? Oh, our socials. If you want to follow me, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Samantha Renee 77 underscore ESQ or Samantha ESQ underscore counterpoise. You can also follow me on the tagged app at Sam I Am. So it's SAMM. Then there's this like funky little triangle with an eyeball. And then it says Yam, YAMN. That's my name on there. You want to follow E. He's that guy 2104. And he's also CPEV on Instagram. Malik, want to close this out?
Yeah, you guys, you can follow me at Malik M. Foster on all social media handles. You can also follow me at Malik underscore Counterpoise on Counterpoise account. Also, I wanted to announce that we are doing this new format where we are double streaming. I know we had some technical difficulties. Hopefully, the kinks will be worked out next week. So we're doing a once a week show where we're encompassing some of our What's Up Wednesday incorporated with our topics that we usually discuss for that week. So if you guys want to just tune in on YouTube and Instagram or whichever one is easier for you, that would be appreciated. But we're also now live on YouTube, so you don't have to watch once it's posted. You can watch it live now. So that's the new update I have for you guys. Thank you guys, and peace.